On a regular day, a man was walking down a street when he saw something that made his heart stop. A mother cat had just been hit by a car. The driver kept going, leaving the hurt cat on the side of the road. The man knew right away that he had to help. This wasn't just about saving one cat. Her kittens would not live without her because they were too small to take care of themselves. Every minute that passed put the whole cat family in more danger. The man walked slowly toward the hurt cat, trying not to scare her. She was clearly in pain but still awake, her eyes wide with fear. He used his jacket to make a soft place to carry her and moved her carefully to a safer spot away from the road. Even though she was hurt, the mother cat seemed to know he was trying to help. Her breathing was hard and she had wounds that needed a doctor to look at right away. After putting her in a safe spot under a bush nearby, the man took out his phone and looked for animal rescue places in the area. He found a good rescue center that worked nearby and called them. The person who answered said a rescuer would come soon and told him how to keep the cat calm while waiting. The man stayed with the hurt cat, talking softly to her and making sure she was in the shade. He noticed she kept looking in one direction and wondered if her kittens might be near. But he decided not to look for them himself, knowing that moving the mother was most important right now and that the rescue people would know better how to find and safely handle any kittens. Soon, a van with the rescue center's name on it pulled up. The rescuer got out with a proper animal carrier and some first aid things. He said hello and thanked the man for calling and staying with the hurt cat. The rescuer said that many hurt animals are never reported, and by the time someone finds them, it's often too late to help. As they walked toward the mother cat, she suddenly tried to run away, using what little strength she had left. After putting the mother cat safely in the carrier, the rescuer called a friend who was closer to the animal doctor's office. He arranged for his friend to meet them, take the hurt cat straight for medical help, and make sure she got care right away. Every minute counted for her to live and get better. The rescuer then turned to finding the kittens. He asked the man exactly where he had first seen the mother cat, and began looking around the area in a careful way. He explained that mother cats often hide their kittens in safe, hidden spots not far from where they hunt or look for food. The man joined in the search, following the rescuer's advice on likely hiding places like thick bushes, under porches, or inside hollow trees. Their hard work paid off when they heard faint meowing coming from a thick patch of plants not far from where the accident happened. The rescuer carefully moved the branches aside to find kittens, their eyes barely open, huddled together for warmth and safety. They were just a few weeks old enough to be somewhat aware, but far too young to live without their mother or human help. The rescuer gently picked up the kittens, putting them in a small, padded box he had brought from his van. He quickly checked each one, looking for any clear signs of injury or sickness. Luckily, all appeared healthy, though they were clearly hungry and upset without their mother. The rescuer told the man that finding these kittens quickly was very important, as young kittens can dry out quickly and are easy targets for other animals or bad weather. But the rescuer felt there might be more kittens. Based on the mother cat's condition and how her body looked, he thought there could be others. Mother cats sometimes put their babies in different hiding spots as a way to keep some safe if others are found by danger. He decided to look in a wider area, asking the man to help by checking a different direction while staying close enough to call out. With all the kittens now safe, the rescuer got a call from his friend. The mother cat had been taken safely to the animal doctor, where she was already getting emergency care. The doctors had checked her injuries and found she had some cuts and bruises, but thankfully no immediately life-threatening injuries inside. The rescuer thanked the man for his kindness and quick action, explaining that without his help, this cat family would likely not have lived. He invited the man to visit the rescue center in the coming days if he wanted to see how they were doing. With a final handshake, the rescuer left with the box of kittens, heading straight to the rescue center where they would get the special care they needed. At the rescue center, the staff was already ready for the kittens to arrive. They had set up a warm, quiet space with soft bedding and the things needed for hand feeding. The rescuer carefully moved the kittens to this nurturing place. And a staff member right away began making special kitten milk. Because these kittens were still so young, they would need to be bottle-fed every few hours day and night until they were back with their mother or old enough to eat solid food. Each kitten was weighed, checked more carefully, and given a small amount of milk through a tiny bottle made just for feeding young kittens. The staff worked quickly but gently, knowing that keeping the kittens calm was important for their well-being. They noted that while the kittens were underweight, they showed no signs of serious illness or injury, a good start for their recovery. When the rescuer's friend brought the mother cat to the center, the staff carefully settled her in a quiet recovery space, near but separate from her kittens. They would need to watch her condition before allowing her to take care of her babies again, making sure she was strong enough and that her pain was well managed. The staff knew that bringing the family back together as soon as medically safe would help both the mother's recovery and the kittens' growth. Throughout the evening, the dedicated staff members took turns feeding the kittens, cleaning them gently with warm cloths to copy the cleaning care they would normally get from their mother, and making sure they stayed warm and comfortable. The tiny cats began to show more energy after their feedings, a good sign that they were adjusting to their temporary situation. By the next morning, the mother cat was doing well enough that the animal doctor said she could see her kittens under supervision. The staff carefully brought the kittens to her in a controlled place where they could watch the meeting. Despite her injuries and the stress of the day before, the mother cat's nurturing instincts stayed strong. She immediately began cleaning her kittens and let them nurse, a heartwarming moment that the rescue team saw as an important step in the family's recovery journey. The rescue center wasn't just a temporary stop for this cat family. It was already home to several other rescued cats and kittens, each with their own story of survival. Some were getting better from illness or injury, others had been left behind or born wild, and a few were learning to be comfortable around humans to prepare them for eventual adoption. The center was designed to give each animal the specific care they needed, while also offering chances for appropriate socialization. As the days passed, the mother cat continued to heal, her natural strength helped by proper medical care and good food. Her kittens grew stronger and more active, beginning to explore their surroundings with growing curiosity. The staff was happy to see how the mother cat was able to teach her kittens important cat social skills despite the unusual setting, guiding their development just as she would have in a more natural place. The rescue center had a thoughtful plan for the family's ongoing care. Until the mother's leg healed completely, they would stay in a comfortable space with proper arrangements for her limited movement. The space was set up to allow her to nurse and care for her kittens while putting less strain on her healing leg. As the kittens grew and became more active, volunteers would spend time socializing them to ensure they would be comfortable with humans when they eventually became ready for adoption. The rescue center also began checking whether the mother cat had been someone's pet who had gotten out, or if she was a community cat who had been living outdoors. They looked for a microchip and compared her description to local lost pet reports, while also seeing how comfortable she was with human handling in house environments. This information would help them make the best decision for her future once she recovered. For now, though, the cat family had found safety and care in their temporary home at the rescue center. The dedicated staff continued their daily routines of feeding, cleaning, giving medication, and providing enrichment for all their animal residents. The mother cat and her kittens became part of the rescue center's community, benefiting from the structured environment and consistent care while they healed and grew. The man who had first spotted the hurt cat kept his promise to visit the rescue center. When he came a week after the rescue, he was touched to see the progress the family had made. The mother cat was alert and responsive, her cast-covered leg not stopping her from taking care of her kittens. The kittens themselves had noticeably grown and become more active, play-fighting with each other and exploring their space with endless energy. The staff thanked him again for his crucial role in saving the family and updated him on their recovery progress and future plans. This single day of caring action had changed the course of many lives. The mother cat and all her kittens. Without help, the hurt mother would likely have died from her injuries, and her kittens, too young to survive on their own, would have faced a sad end. Instead, they were now on a path to recovery and, eventually, to finding permanent homes where they would be cared for and loved. The rescue itself also showed something bigger, the important network of caring people and organizations that work together to protect vulnerable animals in communities everywhere. From the man who stopped to help, to the rescuer who knew exactly what to do, to the vet team and rescue center staff who provided ongoing care, each played an essential role in this chain of compassion. Their combined efforts ensured that what could have been a tragedy became instead a story of rescue, recovery, and hope. As the weeks went by, the rescue center continued to provide everything the cat family needed. The mother cat's leg slowly healed, and she became more comfortable moving around. She was an excellent mother, teaching her kittens how to clean themselves, how to play appropriately, and even the beginnings of hunting behavior using toys the staff provided. The kittens grew quickly, their personalities emerging more each day. Some were bold explorers, others were more cautious and thoughtful, but all were thriving under their mother's care and the rescue center's supervision. The staff began introducing the kittens to different experiences to help them become well-adjusted cats. They brought in various toys, different textured surfaces to walk on, and even played recordings of common household sounds like vacuum cleaners and doorbells. This early socialization would help the kittens adapt more easily to home environments when the time came for adoption. Word of the cat family's rescue story had spread through the community, partly through social media posts by the rescue center and partly through the man's sharing of his experience with friends and family. When the kittens were finally ready for adoption, there was already a list of interested families who had been following their progress and wanted to provide forever homes. The adoption process was thorough. Potential adopters filled out detailed applications, provided references, and met with adoption counselors to ensure they understood the responsibilities of pet ownership. The rescue center's policy was to adopt kittens in pairs when possible, so they would have companionship and could entertain each other, especially in homes where people worked during the day. The man who had started this chain of events decided to adopt the mother cat herself. During his volunteer work, he had formed a special bond with her, admiring her resilience and gentle nature. The rescue staff were delighted, knowing she would have a patient and understanding owner who appreciated her history and unique needs. They provided him with detailed information about continuing her care, including managing her slight limp and recognizing any potential complications that might arise from her previous injuries. On the day he took her home, the man had prepared a special place for her with comfortable bedding, toys, scratching posts, and everything else she might need. He understood she might need time to adjust to a home environment and was prepared to give her space and patience. To his surprise and pleasure, she settled in quickly, seeming to recognize him as the person who had first come to her aid in her moment of greatest need. The Rescue Center used this success story in their community outreach efforts, showing how a single compassionate action could save multiple lives and create ripples of positive change. Their presentations included before and after photos of the cat family, highlighting the transformation from injured stray and vulnerable kittens to healthy, happy cats in loving homes. For the man, what had begun as an ordinary day had become a life-changing moment that opened his eyes to the needs of animals in his community and his own ability to make a difference. His continued volunteer work at the Rescue Center brought him satisfaction and purpose, connecting him to a community of like-minded animal lovers and advocates. And for the cats themselves, what could have been the end of their story became instead a new beginning. The accident that nearly took the mother cat's life had ultimately led to safety, care, and loving homes for her entire family. A reminder that sometimes, even in moments of crisis, paths can turn toward hope when compassion guides the way.